speculation for me. It's unclear if there was a new strategy. I'm sure that they were.
Is working to disperse the crowd there. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Here to protesters and police.
Absolutely. Anybody around here? Yeah. Move back just a little bit here.
But that gas tank go blow soon.
Just in case.
That's a very good idea. We trust that you are staying a safe distance away.
To be charged. The other 3. There was also a lot of signs that said white silence.
Good morning, guys. This is Tiana. Excuse my hair, the hat, no makeup, but it's been a rough few days. I am actually in Baltimore, in my hometown. I flew in on the 28th, and sorry, I had yogurt and still on my teeth, so I'm just spending time with family, and then also my youngest child is graduating. He is graduating from high school, so I am here to celebrate that with him. Even during the pandemic, I'm a little quiet because my family is upstairs sleeping, my mom and my grandparents. I'm staying with them while I'm here. And then Billy is actually going to come. My partner is going to come next week, and we're going to stay in an Airbnb. And luckily, we were able to find an Airbnb that was open during this time. So everything is working out okay. There has been some rioting, as you saw in my previous clips, that it's all around the world, it's all around the country. The protest of the killing, the murder of George Floyd, and it's such a sad situation, and I cry for my country. I feel sad for my country. It's just unfortunate that we have to continue to go through these issues. So with that being said, my prayers go out to his family. My prayers go out to our country, and to all of those that have lost their lives at the hands of someone, and police officers that think that being African American is a crime. So, okay. Now back to the TTC stuff. Got those things out the way. So I am, this is cycle 6 for me. I did come on my period on cycle 5 very early on. Well, not early on, but right on time. I began to spot the day before I was supposed to start my period, and then it started full flow the next day. And actually, it was one of those periods where I had to take Advil like every day. It was not a good period month. Sometimes I don't feel anything, or I feel a slight light cramping, and this time it was like, oh my God. But I looked it up, and it said that it's whatever you eat. So if you're eating anything that I guess high in sugar, high in fat, sometimes that can manipulate how your period is going to be. So I don't know, maybe I did. I know that I drink enough water, so I don't know. But anyway, So anyway, yeah, so I'm on cycle day 6. This is my luteal phase. I am supposed to ovulate, or ovulation for me begins, my fertile window begins next week. It's supposed to start on June 3rd. So between June 2nd, like beginning of June. And then I'm supposed to ovulate on, I think it's all of my apps, which I use Ovia, Glow, and Period Calendar. All of them are consistent with, except for Ovia. Ovia says my fertile window begins as of June 5th. Ovia is an app that I downloaded. It's fairly new, so it doesn't have like all my data. So I'm more so going with Glow and Period Calendar, saying that I'm supposed to ovulate, or my fertile window is starting June 3rd. Ovulation is going to be on June the 7th. So, and then I'm trying to think. Yeah, so okay, and then also I'm just trying to think what I've been doing. I've been taking my basal body temperature. Yesterday was 97.6. Today it's 97.7. It dropped from 98.1 to it dipped. So that means that, yeah, I'm getting ready to definitely be going into my fertile window. I'm going to start OPK testing today to see, if there's any progression in the lines. Anyway, lab testing and ultrasound. So during the pandemic, I was able to still get my blood work done, and I was able to go in to get an ultrasound done. I have a new fertility specialist where I now live. I live in St. Louis, Missouri, and at first I was living in Mississippi, and I had an OBGYN doctor there. I've never had a fertility specialist. It never resorted to that until I got to St. Louis. Because of my age, I'm 37, so Mississippi did put me on, the doctor there put me on letrozole, and it wasn't really, I didn't get pregnant, of course, on letrozole in Mississippi, but not because it wasn't working, because it was working, but my partner and I travel a lot, and so we just weren't in the same city at the same time. And also, the letrozole was sort of a pilot for me to see if it would work. In the very beginning, I was on a lower dosage to see if it would work, and it didn't. But they put me on a higher dosage, and it did work. It was a time when I had 2 dominant follicles, and my doctor recommended that I do not have intercourse because it would probably, I would have multiple or, twins, or which is fine with me. But I followed orders and I didn't have intercourse. So, my fertility specialist wanted to do her own workup before putting me on anything, just to make sure that I would respond to treatment. She looked over my work from my last doctor. She looked over all of my work from my OBGYN doctor in St. Louis, because I started that process in St. Louis as well. I have my doctor there. And my doctor conducted a dye study with me to make sure that there weren't any blockages. And that turned out to be everything was fine there. Pretty much everything is normal except for, still I'm consistent with PCOS. Mississippi has said that my doctor in St. Louis did not say that I had it. She said everything seems normal, and then my fertility specialist who did an ultrasound recently definitely said that it is consistent with PCOS, but no other huge abnormalities. So, um, so yeah. So anyway, I just want to go over a few things that, a few labs that I have taken. So, prolactin. Prolactin is something that I was never, my blood was never drawn for this. So, my fertility specialist said that most times doctors miss this, and that sometimes could be the reason why women aren't getting pregnant. So she drew my blood for this, and what it is it has to do with lactating. So if your body is have high levels of it, your body thinks that you're pregnant, and so it's going to prevent you from getting pregnant. So I didn't want to have high levels of prolactin because I want my body to know when I'm pregnant and know when I'm not pregnant. So I would suggest, if you haven't gotten your blood drawn for this, ask your fertility specialist or your doctor to get this done so that you know where you are. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like, what my values are. So it's prolactin. This is my value, 13.790 nanograms, and that is where it's supposed to be. So between 4.790 to 23.3 nanograms. That's so my value is normal. So yeah, so pretty much, I'm my body is not telling my body that I'm pregnant. So I don't have that hormone. That hormone is normal, pretty much. AMH. So my AMH levels. So, doctor says that your AMH levels suggest that you have a good reserve of eggs available, and furthermore, the levels suggest you will respond well to fertility treatment. And then she just says, just as a reminder, that this test is a good marker of ovarian quantity, but it's limited in its ability to comment on egg quality. So, even though I have a good amount of eggs, doesn't mean that they are of quality. So just want to make sure that I'm eating right, I'm exercising, I'm doing all that I'm supposed to do to help my eggs be of quality. But it's great to know that I have a good amount of eggs reserved at my age. My value was a 4.93 nanograms. Females at 36 years old, between 36 and 40, should be between 0.42 and 8.34. So I'm like right at the a little bit on the high end of where my value is, which is fantastic. I can appreciate that. because that's what was one of my main concerns, like how many more eggs do I have left? And there are women that are getting pregnant, in their 40s. So I don't know why I'm concerned, but even still, you just want to do the workup. TSH levels. TSH has to do with thyroid, making sure that you have normal levels. For thyroid, yeah. 1 second, guys. Yeah, so THC levels typically fall between 0.4. So according to the American Thyroid Association, ranges between laboratories. So if your TSH levels are abnormally high, it could mean you have an underactive thyroid or hypothyroidism. If you're making too much thyroid hormone, your TSH will go down. So my TSH levels are 2.8, and it's so funny because my doctors always asked if I had a thyroid problem because my thyroid in my neck is kind of huge. And each time they had taken my blood to review my thyroid levels, it's been normal. My primary doctor wants to do an ultrasound though to make sure that it's benign, like it's not gonna be cancerous or anything like that. So as soon as things kind of calm down a little bit more, I will be going back to get that ultrasound done. But the standard range, like I said, is 0.45 to 4.5 minus a 2.8. So my hemoglobin was normal. That's your sugar. To make sure that you don't have, that you're not moving towards becoming a diabetic. So that was normal for me. I'm happy to say that. 17 hydroxyprogesterone. Mine was at 172. And pretty much that's normal. I had high levels of progesterone, but it was like was it right before? Yeah, it was right before I was due to have my period. So that was pretty normal. You want to have high levels of progesterone for pregnancy or right before you have your period so that your period can start. So GA. Hang on a second, guys. So DHEA sulfate test is widely used to evaluate the function of our adrenal gland. It governs the reproductive and sexual health of an individual that is influenced by adrenal gland. So yeah, so my DHEA so DHEA sulfate, my value is 43. Adult females 31 to 40 should be between 17 and 286. Ranging from 17 to 286. So I guess my levels are normal. Not too high, not too low. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. A little bit of allergy. And I don't know, Maryland, for some reason, I'm fine in St. Louis, but going to Maryland, I have all these allergies. Okay. Rubella. So basically, it's just seeing if you're immune to this or not immune to it. You want to be immune to it. My index was 2.31, so I'm considered to be immune. You want to have greater than 0.99. So greater than 0.99, you are immune to this. Okay. If you are not immune to it, it could be possible that you could catch this, and your baby could be, if you're pregnant, it could be harmed. So just FYI on that. All right, and then yeah. So I'm gonna read you what they said about my ultrasound, and then call it a day. And I'm gonna post this as soon as possible as well, because I was supposed to post this. I did have a video on me doing a genetic testing, but it was just so choppy. I went on and erased it. But I will share those results with you guys when it comes back. So I did a genetic test, and basically what they sent me was a kit that I had to put saliva in, and I did a video on how to, on instructions on how to do that. So I'm sorry that I wasn't able to show you guys, but it's pretty straightforward. I mean, you follow the instructions, you take the kit out, you spit in this tube, and they don't want bubbles floating at the top. They want it should be like all saliva, no air bubbles. I turned mine in, and Billy turned his in, and so now we're just waiting to see if if there are anything that we should be concerned about. And even if, because they say that those with ethnic backgrounds usually have some type of deformity in their genetics, that could be harmful to the baby. If that is the case, we'll get counseling on that to determine if it's something that we should be seriously concerned about. So we'll go from there. But yeah. Okay. So yeah. So it says that ultrasound consistent with PCOS. Otherwise unremarkable. The ultrasound is okay. So there are it's consistent as what they said, consistent with PCOS. There aren't any other areas on the ultrasound that indicated anything more serious than that. So I'm just gonna, so my guess is that, hopefully, once my genetic tests come back, we can start the process of medicine. So letrozole, some kind of Femera, and then IUI. That will probably begin in July. Waiting patiently for them to return back my results. So, where are my results for genetic testing? Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. The video is kind of long. It's been an amazing journey so far. My partner and I have vowed to be together more. My hope is that we're able to conceive naturally, and I'll keep you guys updated. I'm gonna go ahead and post this video today. You probably won't get it until, I don't know, a few days later. I'm not going to record my OBK testing. If for any reason I feel like that I need to take pregnancy tests, I will record those. I'll be back in St. Louis June 30th. And yeah, so I'll pick up recording then. But you guys have a great rest of the month in May. Have a great month in June. Time is flying. I won't speak to you guys, like I said, until the end of June. So you guys please stay safe. If you guys are out there making a statement, protesting, please just be safe doing that. These are some serious times, and we do want to bring our new babies in this world still, but you know, hoping that oh my God, just hoping for better, praying for better. This next generation that is coming up just simply have to do better. And so I have faith that it will get better. And maybe it does to everyone that's watching. God bless you and have a safe month. Bye.